Hi, it's Karen from hippofrogdesigns.co.uk. Welcome to today's top tips, tricks and techniques from my craft desk. In this video, I'm sharing how to make multiple loop bows. Today's project uses a triple loop bow made from linen thread. They do look a bit scary, but once you have grasped the basics, you can add as many loops as you like. For this video, I'll be using linen thread. My top tip for bows is to use more thread than you think you need. Using a shorter length of thread may seem like a better idea, but it usually ends up being a lot more fiddly. Chances are you'll end up getting frustrated and have to cut a longer length anyway. So first, I'm going to show you a single loop bow. Now this is what I call a bunny ears bow, and this uses the shorter length. This is about 20 centimeters. You may need a little bit more if you're just starting out with these. So make 2 loops and you tie one over the other. So you just knot them together, knot the 2 ends together, like so. You can spend as long as you like making it look pretty at the end, but make sure you keep pulling those loops tight to keep the bow together. Bunny ears bows are also great if you're adding them to a thread across your project, as you can easily move them along to where you want them and then just secure them with a piece of adhesive when they're in the right place. So this is my piece of thread going across my project. I'll make my 2 loops like so. And there's my bow. And again, you can just spend time faffing with your bow. But as you can see, you can then move it along like so. A double loop bow has, as you might expect, 2 loops on each side. Once again, I'm using a long length of linen thread. This is about 35 centimeters. So using your fingers, hold the end and wrap it round 2 fingers in a figure of 8 twice. So you've got one there and this is the second one. You then pop the end down the side of the left-hand piece, pull that through, and then pop the end up through this loop here and pull it tight. Make sure when you're doing this that you keep the tension the same on each of the fingers because it's more difficult to rearrange the bows, and also don't do it too tight else you'll have a problem getting it off your fingers. So there we are. We have a double loop bow. So we have single loop and double loop so far. Now the third one is a triple loop bow, which is what was on my project. And for this, I'm using 50 centimeters of linen thread. It's exactly the same as the double loop bow, except you do 3 figure of 8s. So that's 1. This is 2. And this is 3. We're popping the loop down on the left there, and then this comes up, round and under like so, and pulls tight. So we'll just slip those off my fingers so I haven't done it too tight. And there we have a triple loop bow. Now you can make the loops any size you like. You could use a bow maker, you could use a fork, pens. You can even use further down your fingers for a slightly wider bow, or further to the tip of your fingers for a slightly narrower bow. It's up to you how you want your bow to look. These bows can then be attached to your project any way you like. I tend to favour a glue dot because it's easier. Now, a word of advice: if you need to undo a double or triple loop bow, they don't undo quite as easily as a single loop bow. Single loop bow, you can just pull the ends and they will unravel easily. For a double and triple loop, if I were to pull that, I get a knot. So make sure you're really careful and do it slowly if you need to undo, so that you don't end up with a big knotty mess that you have to untangle at the end. I'll just finish untying this one because I pulled it tight. There we go. That's now undone, ready to tie again. Now these knots do look a bit scary, but once you've practiced a few times, they're not too bad at all. And they look really good on your project as well. I hope you've enjoyed this technique, and that those of you who are unsure of tie-in bows will be inspired to make some to use on your projects. I'll pop a link to the blog post that has all the details of the items I've used for today's project in the description below this video. Head to hippofrogdesigns.co.uk for more project ideas. See you soon.